Good morning fish people, I'm Nosh from FishOn TV. It is Saturday the 3rd of July and you probably won't recognise where we are at all. I am at Anglesart Reservoir for the Adlington Angling Centre Feeder Championships, which is also sponsored by Daiwa, and it's a qualifier. If you qualify for the final, you end up doing a 2-day final, and the prize money for that lot is £5,000 and also some sponsorship from Daiwa, where they've introduced 1,400 quid's worth of Daiwa fishing equipment. So how wonderful is that? So I've just been speaking to a friend of mine, Joe Farrell, give me some great advice on the venue. He's brought me here. I'm glad he's actually brought me here, because I would have never have found it. So thank you, Joe Farrell, top man. Really nice fella. That's what I'm saying, folks. When you enter all these competitions, you get to know a few people. I noticed his name down there. I've spoken to him before. He helped me out with the feeder masters, and I made a phone call, and he's been more than helpful, which is absolutely fantastic. So once again, Joe, top man, thank you very much. Anglesart Reservoir. Results wise, I've not seen very many great weights coming out. Joe reckons to win, to qualify, you could need between 4 and 8 pounds. He thinks 6 he'll give you a chance, especially for his section. I think it's 5. I think it's 5-man sections that we've got. So you know, there's a 1 in 5 chance. Where I get drawn, he's told me that there are some favoured areas, so I think he said 6 to 14, something like that, at a decent enough area. The weights that have been winning, I think the best weight Gareth Lambert caught a few weeks ago, I think that was 40 pounds ish. But the average weights have been around sort of 10 and 12 and 14. I think there was a 20 the other week. So it's not been fishing great, but apparently there's been some bream been spotted, so that's what I'm fishing for today. It's supposed to be quite a fairly deep venue. We'll see how we get on. Dead simple tactics. It's going to be I can't get any pinkies anyway. I've struggled to get casters, but I managed to get some, so it's going to be casters, dead reds, and worm. I've got a few micros to put in there. It's a sweet mix that I've got, a sweet dark mix, fish meal and a little bit of natural, but not too much. Joe says that the fish meal way is the way to go forward, so I've got to listen to that advice. 14s and 12 hooks, not hook shy here. Fluorocarbon, and it's going to be £4 hook lengths, and that's it. Well, £4.5 hook lengths. So he says they're not hook shy. You need to get them up, and you need to get them in, because there's crocodiles in here. He says crocodiles, big pikes. Made me laugh when he said that. So waiting for the draw. As you can see, it's absolutely stunning. Look at that. Really looking forward. I mean, you just can't get any better than that, can you? That is wonderful. It's just a pleasure to be here. I know the weather looks miserable, but I'm not unhappy about that. When I've done all my fishing in Ireland, these kind of days, a little bit drizzly, a little bit, well, there's not a lot of weather. I could just do with a little bit more breeze, but I think it's ideal for bream. There could be 1 or 2 turn up today. I hope they're all in my peg. Right, that's it. Really looking forward to it. Waiting for the rest of the boys to turn up. Let's keep us fingers crossed we do okay today. So I'm going to put the camera on the bank, keep it dead simple, nice and accurate, and hope we get some breams. Over and out. See you at the draw.
Well, he was messaging Lee, not Lee, yeah, Lee. Have you sold the ticket yet? And Lee said it's nothing to do with me. He said he would just...
Right, persisting it down, peg 17, here we go. So no idea what it's like. I think it's just off the favoured pegs from what Joe was telling me. So let's get down there, let's see how we get on. Well folks, as you can see, it's still persisting it down. Just getting my stuff. It's been really awkward trying to get stuff ready and keep dry, and the brolly's in the way. I can't put it here because the wind's blowing right to left. I've put the brolly up just so I can get some footage. Most of the guys aren't even got a brolly up, but it's just not stopped since about 9:15, just before the draw. What time is it? We're half an hour, 35 minutes in, and what I've done, I've put 5 feeder fulls. I've decided on 60 turns. I haven't measured it in metres. 60 turns is around about 50 to 55 metres. I've put a mixture of ground bait, a few micros, chopped worm, casters and dead reds. I've put 5 feeder fulls out there, and 2 of them I've emptied right at the top. Well, not, I'd say I'd let it drop. I've got a 6-second count out there with a 1.5 ounce bomb, so 18, you've got about 24 foot there. 18, maybe a bit more actually. 1 ounce, that's 18, 9, oh no, it's 27 foot out there. And I've gone for 38 turns on the short line, which I've got a 5-second count, which is about 22 feet with a 1.5 ounce bomb. But it's quite deep. So the 5 feeder fulls long. I'm going to put another feeder full out there. I'm going to do that every sort of half hour. I've not seen anybody, I can only see these 2. I've not seen either of these get a fish. The guy outside of me might have had a bite. The end peg, the wind's blowing right to left. Even though it's not classed as like a mega favoured area, I fancy it for that end peg down there, I really do. And we've got a good angler on it, John Pryor, so he's been doing the Super Bowl money this morning in the draw. I think you saw the young man. I'll be glad I've called him a young man. And on the short line, I've not put any feeder fulls out. What I've done is I've had 6 casts, 2-minute casts. I've tried it with a dendron, and I've just gone on to, and that's with a cage feeder. I've just gone on to a window feeder with more particles in to get it to go down there. Not bothered about too much of a column of bait dropping all the time. I don't want them coming up in the water. That's if there are any fish in this area. And I'm going to start having 5-minute cast now. In fact, I'm due to cast in now. It's due to go back out. So we'll do that. See if either of these guys catch anything. They seem to be having round about 5-minute cast now. First few were a little bit shorter, so that's where we are. Gorgeous venue. Shame about the rain, but you never know. Again, I'm fishing, and I'm fishing tomorrow. So how the hell I'm going to get all my gear dried out for tomorrow, I have no idea, because I'm out on my son's and mum's birthday tonight, so, and England are playing. Right, we'll give you updates as we go along. It could be difficult with this rain. If the wind gets up, it may be impossible, but I'll do my very best. And let's hope we get a few pulls. Over and out. Well, that's gone round bang on 5 minutes. It's not a big one. It could be a roach or a skimmer or something. I've had a perch about 10 minutes ago as well. It's a skimmer. Well, that'll do. So we're more than off the mark now. Got a perch and a little skimmer, so nice one. There we go. I don't know, what's that, 6 to 8 ounce. Well, that'll do. Like I say, it is definitely 5-man sections. There's a guy had one quite a bit bigger than that, 4 pegs up from me, so he's not in my section. He's on peg 14. I'm on peg 17, so quite happy with that. This guy at the side of me has just had a little perch, and John's just literally he's just got one as well. So we're doing all right. At least we're off the mark. And I got that on a tiny little bit of worm and a couple of dead reds. So I'm going to get back in. I'm not going to record while I'm casting, because as you can hear, apologise for the noise, it's bloody awful. Another little perchy. Come on, this dry, please. So, on that, I did exactly the same. After it being in 3.5 minutes, I gave it a twitch. And I think we're okay with those. I gave it a twitch. About 20 seconds later, it just went round. So again, window feeder, more particles in, trying to keep it on the bottom. Let's see if we can do another one. Come on, the bream. Right, we're 2 hours in. I've had the odd little perch jab on the long line. I've gone on the long line. It's my second cast on the long line. Right, so just getting settled in. An update for you. There's a guy to my right has had 2 skimmers and 2 perch. I've had a skimmer and 2 perch. Ryan to my right, and you can use double head hooks here. You can put 2 hook lengths on. I've only got the 1 on. I think he's into a skimmer here, and he keeps hitting a ledge. So we've got to have your rods quite high when you're bringing them in, because it is quite deep. It actually looks like a slightly better fish, this that he's got. And John on the end, I think he's got 3 skimmers, I think, on the end peg. I've gone on this angle so you can just see where we are. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It's snagged again. Yeah, nobody likes to see that. Oh, I shouldn't say that, I don't really know him. But it's not nice, that. I mean, if you hook into a really nice fish and you get on and you lose it because of the snag. Has he still got it on? Oh, I think he has actually. Yeah, he's got a skimmer about £1/2 pound. Maybe a little bit more, maybe 10 ounce. Well done, mate. Yeah, it's second time you hit it, innit? Yeah, he's just mentioned there's a snag there. It's either a ledge or a snag or something, but he's caught it twice now. So I think there's 1 or 2 fish out there. I don't think there's any slabs moved in at all. I can't see to my right. I've still got my brolly up because looking at the clouds, it could just start any time. So I'm going to leave it up. I'm all set up. So if it does start again, at least I can put the camera on this side and we can keep filming. So I'm not a mile off the pace. Long line, I've gone on like a 3/4 dendra, capped off with a couple of maggots, 1 metre hook length. The reason I've got a 1 metre hook, with it being so deep, I don't think the fish are constantly just on the bottom. I think they'll follow the bait down. So hopefully the 1 metre hook length, they'll see that, and it might just attract them down towards my bait, and that's the reason we have such long hook lengths. I mean, Joe was telling me, he says he's had up to 5 foot hook lengths on. But it's fabulous here, absolutely fabulous. Just hope that the tip starts going around and we get a few decent fish. But that's your update. I'm not a million mile off the pace. I think a nice bream would put me right in the running. And all you have to do to qualify for the final, you have to win your 5-man section. I don't know what the guy to my right, I know he's in front of me. Don't know if he's had any more. Not sure about the next one up. I've heard him saying that they can't buy a bite, so we shall see. We shall see. Come on, the breams. Right, there you go, that's your update. Let's hope that tip starts moving round. I think I've got one. I have to give it a twitch, and it went. It's every time I give it a twitch, I seem to get a response. So when I'm just leaving it, I'm not getting too many. A little twitch, and literally within sort of 10 seconds, I get an indication. Right, I don't want that, do I? Just gone into my bloody net. Right, I'll get back to you in a sec. That came out a lot quicker than I thought, actually. So what I've just done there, I've had 3 or 4, 5, 6 minute casts on my long line. So there's some bait down there. Just have a look, and I'm going to go back on it. But I needed to. It's been half an hour since the bait went to my short line, so I'm having a couple of 2 minute casts. After about 1 minute 45, I'll give it a twitch and see if I get a response, which I did there. So that's the first cast I've had on it. I was going to just refeed it, but I thought no, I'll have a look with some bait on. Just 2 or 3 2 minute casts. It's been in 50 seconds now, so like at 1 minute 45, I'll give it a twitch and see if I get that reaction. And what I've noticed here is, and this is what I learnt in Ireland from my Uncle Slinger, the mighty fisherman himself. This bream and roach fishing, especially in waters like this, moving the bait, it can promote a bite. Just move it maybe 2 or 3 foot, and it's literally, all you get is a quick little jab. I've not had a lot of fish. I've had 4 or 5 fish, and most of them have come on the little twitch, which is nice to see. So it's something that can work. I'm not saying it works all the time, but it's just nice to see that I'm getting 1 or 2 little responses from doing that. So I'm due to do it now, so let's have a little go, because it's only 2 minute cast, so I'll give it a couple of winds. I did it twice last time. I thought I missed a slight indication the first time. And what that does, it empties you. If there's any bait left in the window feeder, it does empty it. There's a slight slope at the bottom of the feeder. The water rushing through it just pushes it out. Whether it's that's promoting it or whether it's the movement of the bait, who knows? I'll just do that again. 1 little twitch. Not this time, so I'm going to reel it in, have another cast. We'll just see if we get a response. And it's putting a bit of bait down there whilst I'm fishing, so back out there, 2 minute cast. If there's no joy, back on the long line. There you go. Nice. And a bit of swapping and changing with ground bait and what's in my mix. I just had ground bait, only had a couple of indications and it went dead. And I put some more particles in and changed from worm to four maggots. I just had a lovely bite, and this is a better fish, without a shadow of a doubt. This could be I'm hoping it's going to be 2 or 3 pound maybe. Could be wrong. I'm hoping it's a bream, a nice one. Yeah. A nice one that. That's more than 2 or 3 pound. 2 pound. That's a good weight. That'll do nicely. This is what we're after. There you go. It's got to be about 4 pound, I reckon. There we go. What a beauty that one is. bottom lip. And that didn't mess about. I'm not going to get him out because I can't afford to drop him, but there you go. A nice bream. Now that's got to have put me in with in the running for certain. There we go, he's just turning around now. Yeah, not far off. I'm happy with that. Now I've got to give that another go. So I think I've got round about £5 now. There we go, folks. Let's get back in. Get in. There's 2.5 hours to go. I think I've got about £5-ish. So I've got a couple of skimmers, 3 perch and that bream. Right at the side of me he's had, I think he's had 3 or 4 skimmers. Not sure what John's had exactly at the end. I know he's definitely playing the busy game. He's in and out quite often. Longest I'm leaving it in is 6 minutes. That bite came after 5 with the bream. I'm due to have another quick look on the short line. I've not had a bite since that bream. Oh, that was a little jab. That looked like a little roach. Just a little tap. The bream, there were no mistake in bream, that was just straight round. I'll just give that a little twitch. That was in for 3.5 minutes before that little tap then. So the bites are coming between sort of 3.5 and 5.5 minutes, so that's why I'm not leaving it in any longer than 6. I don't see any point when that's happening. Anything that I've left a little bit longer, just no signs unless I twitch it. So I don't know how the guys to my right are doing because I've got my brolly up. I know there's a few fish being caught, but I've not heard anybody say that anybody else has had a bream, which is the bigger stamp fish. So 2.5 hours to go, steady away. It'd be nice to have a couple more of those. I'm also in what you call a super pool, so I'm trying to win my section to qualify for the final. The super pool, I've been told, John's told me that it's the top 4 best weights and you win a bit of money. So a couple of things to play for. You can't count your chickens yet. I know Joe said sort of £6 and you're in with a chance. Let's hope he's right. A couple more fish, especially that size. I'll be feeling pretty confident, but it's anybody's game at the minute. It can all be won at last 5 minutes. Any natural water fishing, you just don't know what's going to happen. You could just have a shoaler fish turn up, you could get 3 or 4 in no time. But steady away, steady fishing, trying to keep it accurate. Just keep changing a few little things now and again. Whether it's those changes that's definitely working on it, or whether it's pot luck, we'll never know. It just gives you confidence if you're getting bites by making little changes. So there we go, that's your update. We're steady away, we're in the running. Let's hope we get a few more pulls. There you go. Right, changed a few things. Into the last hour and 20 minutes I think. And I've put an extra 2 metres on. And I missed a bite. I'm guessing it was a little perch on the first chuck in. And this is another nice fish. hope this comes in nicely. There's a nice one, that. In the net. That'll do lovely. And basically what my theory was, the bait, when you clip up the bait that's falling from when it first hit the water, I'm fishing on that. Ryan's wanting me to let some past. Can't do that, can we, folks? We can't do that. And that was literally in 30 seconds or something like that. Oh, there we go. It's not as big as the other one. It'll do. It's probably 2.5 poundish. Might be 3. Am I? Ryan thinks I'm winning the section, so let's hope we can keep them coming. And I've been busy. I've been working the peg quite a bit. I've kept the short line fed. I've been having 2-minute casts on that, and there's been nothing, but then go back out on there. I also shortened the hook length because I just kept missing these bites. There certainly weren't bream bites, because that I just went straight round. The bites I've been missing, I think the little perch or a roach or something. And I was ready to try and add in a bit of chopped worm, but 4 maggots is doing the trick. So there we go, folks. I'm definitely doing okay now. I've hit the target that Joey said, so I reckon I've got about 8 pounds, so it's still not all over. Definitely not all over, because it only takes a couple of fish. So I know somebody's got a bream and a couple of skimmers up there, so we'll see. Right then, folks, let's get this in. All I can say is get in. That's just at the bottom. I'll just take long with the feeder. And I was literally tightening the line up like this. And just as I tightened up like that, it carried on going. So I knew that had to be a bream. Completely different bites to the ones I've been missing. So let's get the timer on. That's great. I must have landed that on its head, because it has been quiet for a good. What time we got? It's 1:15. It's been quiet for a good hour. Even though I've been getting bites, they've just been little jabs, and I've not been able to hit them. So there we go. Looks like I'm doing okay. Just keep calm. Right, folks, there's 17 minutes to go. Ryan's had a bream at side of me. He's got some skimmers with that. I think I'm still just in front of him. John on the end. He's been catching quite a few skimmers, and he's had a bream. I think he's got a little bit more than me now, but it's close. So, and I've had a liner, and I've just missed another little jab. But I've had a couple of quick casts. Is that a fish? I'm not sure if it is. It's a small one. That's been in a minute. I think it could be a perch or a small skimmer. but it's close. So there's a fish on here. I can't really tell. It's a small fish if there's one on. I don't want one of them great crocodiles taking it, do I, if I've got one on? Yeah, I think it's a perch. Yeah. Oh, it's a roach. It's a roach. That's what's been pestering me then. Roach. So it's nip and tuck. It is close, but I've had a disaster as well. First time I can't ever remember breaking a quiver tip ever. I've had a crack off, but I've never broke a quiver tip, and I broke a bloody quiver tip. 10-minute turnaround though. Cast on my short line, no bites. And I got it done in 10 minutes, so we're back out there. This is close. 15 minutes to go. Let's hope we get another. There's literally about a minute or two left, and it's just wrapped around, and that's where I've got a little Tommy rough. Can you believe it? 5 maggots. God, Bennett, you just can't write it, can you? Stick a maggot on there. I'll just get it juked out because I have had a biting on the drop, so let's get it out. Oh, it's all out. There we go, folks, all out. Let's see how close it is. Woohoo! Fisher people. Horrible weather this morning. It's showing 20 degrees now. All that gear I had on. I'm lathered. Let's have a quick swig. Right, how have I gone on? Oh dear. Well, before I tell you how I've gone on, I've had a fabulous day. Joe Farrell, you know your stuff here, pal, you're not far off the mark. Told me where they'd probably catch. He said end pegs, not so much number 1, but the other end peg 20 can produce, if there's somebody that knows what they're doing. And there was. He said, I think he said 4 to 14 or around that area, sort of the mid area. He says it's usually the bream area, and there's been 1 or 2 caught there. Not huge amounts, but 1 or 2. So Joe, you seem to know your stuff. Well done, son. Again, thanks for your time, mate. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next one, pal. Right, 2 lines I had, 38 turns, and I forgot what it was now. 60, I think. Yeah, 60 turns, I think it was. 60 or 62, I can't remember exactly. Round about the sort of 30 metre line and 50 to 55 ish, round that sort of distance. Comfortable, could keep it accurate. There were a crosswind, don't know the venue, that's where I wanted to hit. Joe said he'd be fishing 35, 55. Yes, there are some boys that'll chuck it 85. Talking to 1 or 2 at locals, can produce fish now and again, but the main areas seem to be those areas, so why not put your feeder where the bait really is. I had a 5-second count on the 38 metres, 1 ounce bomb, 3 foot per second. It was 1.5 ounce bomb, so work that one out yourself. 5 seconds, 15, half of 15, 22 foot roughly. 6, 18, half of 18, 9, 27. So between 20 and 27 foot the lines, gradual slope off. So I thought ideal, no snags, perfect. That's where I'm fishing. Dead simple approach, ground bait. Had some fish meal, sweet fish meal in there. Put a few micros in. Bream absolutely love micros, whether they're in natural venues or not, they will eat them. Very sweet, dynamite bait, sweet. That's what I've used there. Within the ground bait with casters, dead reds, and chopped worm when I thought it needed a bit of a change. I don't like going on to worms straight away. I've noticed sometimes with worm it can kill a peg. So I'm always a little bit cautious. If I think I've started getting bites because I've introduced it, then I'll keep on it. If it's not made any difference, I'll just stick with the maggots and casters and ground bait and micros today. Right, results. My section. John Pryor, I'm not sure. Smashing fella, thanks for your time today organising. He drew peg 20. I mentioned him earlier, was catching a few skimmers. They do a bit of double hooking here as well. Something I've not really done, so I've not even tried it. He's coming with, where are you, John? Where are you? John Pryor. I can't find him. Are my eyes deceiving me? Oh, yeah, there we go. JP, that's what we're going at. £9.10. Oh, well done, John. And I've come second in section. He had a bream near the end in the last sort of 45 minutes, I think it was, 50 minutes. Looked 2-3 poundish, and that's put him through. So John Pryor's, you are our section winner and qualifier in our section. Well done, John Pryor. What a mighty fisherman you are. And I won't see you on the next one because you qualified. So well done, son. Second place for me. I've looked at all the results. I've come about 8th. Joe says it's not the best of areas where I was. It's worth a few pulls, which I did get, and which I did get. I had a few bream, I had a little roach and some skimmers, a Tommy Ruff and a few little perch for my efforts. So damn it. Never visited it before. Look, from what I've learnt today, I've caught them on maggot, but there's 1 or 2 caught on worm as well. I think the long line is probably the best line. Has been today. The fishing tomorrow, I think it'll fish well tomorrow with all that bait gone in. Or better, should I say. And today's winner, I mean the biggest weight today, Gordon Sims, £16.6 on peg. I think it was 4 or 5, that sort of area that John mentioned to me. So John Sim, today's winner. You are the Adlington Angling Centre's qualifiers mightiest fisherman today. Well done, son, and good luck in the final. Good luck in final JP too. So that's it, folks. There's been £16, a 14, 11, a 10, a 9, another 9 me. So not too bad. Too bad for my first tip. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Gorgeous place. I'm back in a few weeks to have another go. It's the last one, so we'll see how we get on there. Right, it's my son's birthday celebration and my mum's birthday celebration, so I'm off. Over and out, and we'll see you on the bank at Sally Walsh's with Dave Wood from Bag Up TV. It's a competition that he's organising, so don't forget, folks, absolutely free to subscribe. If you click the notification bell, you will get all our videos as we upload them, and a thumbs up would be very, very nice. So that's it from me. We'll see you on the bank tomorrow. Don't forget, guys, fish.